up?
Hello.
Oh, here we go. We got Jose Benavidez Sr. in the house, guys. He's gonna help us with what's hot in boxing right now, man. Let's just do
There
that.
we go.
All right.
He's setting up the camera.
Let's just get a trainer's perspective. Jose, what did you think about Valdez's win this weekend?
Man, what can I say, man? A very exciting fight, bro. Something that boxing needs, man. Man, from the first round to the end of the fight, man, I couldn't sit down, bro. And those are the fights that we want to bring to the people.
And I know you have the right guys to show us those fights. So when we get to the interview, you're gonna tell me about those guys you have in that stable for those fights. But I'm glad. I mean, and like you said, Jose said it correctly. This is the type of fight we want as fans, as boxing fans. We got it. I think the 130 is healthy. I think the 135 is healthy. The 140 is healthy. 147, 154, 160, 168 is super healthy.
Every division is hot right now in boxing, man.
You think so?
Division, man. If even if you go down to like 118 to the bantamweights and 122 to the super bantamweights, man, to me the super bantamweights is one of the hottest divisions down there.
You skipped 126, and the reason why is because the guy. It's because of the guy holding the WBC belt hostage. That's why.
Yeah,
that division is. Ugh.
26. Yeah,
126. Yep.
Yeah, that's that. But you know what? Vaquero's gonna end up cleaning out that division, man.
Well, we could hope.
So let me just give you guys two things that I saw in the news, and that's about it. Hey, what do you give me? The Clorox? We don't have COVID, right? We don't got the COVID here, man. I'm by myself. Go ahead, Jose. All right. Crawford versus Pacquiao could happen overseas. Bob Arum says that. What do you guys think? Is it happening or not?
If they pay Pacquiao, that's it. They have to pay Pacquiao. Pacquiao wants the $40 million. I say nothing else beyond that. If they could give him his money, it'll happen. Beyond that,
overseas,
it'll happen.
Okay, Stacks.
I don't think so, man.
I'm gonna ask Jose because Jose's dealt with Mr. Bob Arum. Jose, do you think Crawford fights Manny Pacquiao overseas?
I don't think so, man. To be honest with you, I don't know if Manny Pacquiao wants to fight Crawford. I'll tell you. I mean, if the money's right, why not? But I don't think so, man. To be honest, I don't think so. There's so many other fights for Crawford than fighting. I mean, for Manny Pacquiao than fighting Crawford.
Okay. Let me give you guys one more hot thing, and that's the same guy, Bob Arum, said it. Lomachenko could face Haney or Ryan Garcia next. Who do you guys like more for Lomachenko?
Stylistically, it would be better if he fights Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
More of a chess match would be Devin Haney, and the boxing purist in me says I definitely want to see Haney Lomachenko.
All right. What about you, Stacks?
I think he would have an easier time with Ryan than you would with Haney. Just because Haney's a little bit more of a technical fighter, like Fern said, it would be more of a chess match. Ryan still moves straight back. Ryan's footwork, he really doesn't have the greatest footwork yet. I mean, he's working on it, but his defensive skills, the way he got dropped with that left, man. Lomachenko comes at some crazy angles, and I know they sparred in the past, so they're both familiar with each other. But the thing is I just don't think they both have an equal good amount of speed, but just the angles and Loma's footwork would be too much for Ryan.
Let me get a trainer's perspective. Who do you think will be better for Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney? Jose?
Man, I think styles makes fights. Look what we saw with
Oscar Valdez.
And what's his name?
Berchel.
Dude, to be honest with you, man, I thought this was going to be a different fight, actually. But Oscar, man, came out, man, to me, that was the toughest fight of his career.
Yeah.
He made it the easiest of his career, I think, styles make fights, man. As long as these guys get prepared, I think we're gonna see a different fight. If Haney fights Lomachenko, man, I was expecting a lot from Lomachenko when he fought Teofimo, and look what happened. Unbelievable. So right now, I think it's just whoever wants it more and stays dedicated to working hard. And there we go again with Ryan Garcia on his last fight. He got dropped, he got up and showed a lot of heart. And look what happened. I think right now we just got to stay dedicated, work hard, and stay focused away from all these distractions. I believe, and we'll see different fights and really good. But all these fights are really good fights, man. When you ask about Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia, Haney, Teofimo Lopez, those are the fights we want to see, man. And whoever comes more prepared and wants it more, we're gonna get real good fights, I believe.
And that's from the trainers, guys. So this is what I'm saying, guys. It's not only us that want it. It's not only Bob Arum that wants it, but you're getting it from a trainer. We want to see the fights for the fans. The fans want to see the fights. Vargas Tribe, Francisco Ramirez, I am going to ask those questions, but let me wait till the interview starts, guys. I mean, they're heavy on you right now, Jose. So with that,
man, we're here to, we have nothing to hide, man. You know, anything, you know,
no,
guys,
they want you to they want you to throw the challenges. They're asking for some challenges right now. So I'm gonna make sure that we do this. And with that said, guys, make sure you guys hit the share button. I want your tias, your cousins, abuelitas, primos, de todos. Make sure you guys jump on the rundown. Hit that share button right now. That's how we pay the bills, guys. And with that said, let's get going. Welcome to the Boxing Rundown, guys. For the first time as a guest, I had Jose Benavidez here before with David Benavidez at the studio, but this time as a guest. I was glad to hear that he wanted to jump on the show. So with that said, not only a boxing trainer, but a boxing father, Jose Benavidez is in the house, guys. Welcome, Jose Benavidez, to the Boxing Rundown.
Thank you, guys. I want to thank also all the fans. Thank you so much for all the support.
Thank you, Jose. Hasta dicen que hasta las anchas. Yeah, tráigame las anchas, no bronca. Put them on, guys. Who cares? Órale. Okay, Jose. How have things been now that with COVID? Has it been harder for you guys in the Benavidez camp?
You know, we were one of the first ones to fight for a title fight at the beginning when everything started. And we didn't know what to expect, how to do things. And even the networks also, PBC, they didn't know. We just wanted to fight, and they've been doing a great job coordinating and learning and getting better, and everybody is. But now, no, we already know how it is, and we already know, and we're good and ready to go. And thank God everything's been going well.
Any question from you guys? Or
Yeah, so if you recall, Jose, I spoke earlier in the year with David right when you guys started training up in Big Bear and everything. And you guys went up there to basically erase what happened the last fight where the overweight situation happened and everything. David looked great. David called out Charlo. David called up Caleb Plant, called out Canelo. I wanted to hear your thoughts on today's news where they got the 313 bout that Benavidez is on versus Ellis and everything. And then they have Andre Dorell going on another title eliminator. And the winner of those two fights fight one another again. Are you looking forward to more than likely fighting Dorell for a rematch to try to get to Canelo?
You know, those are the things. I don't make the rules. You know, we'll fight whoever is there. You know, our promoters, you know, me as a manager, you know, I just listen to what they say, you know. They've been doing a great job with David. Everything has been going great, you know. So at the end of the day, we just get ready and fight whoever is there in order to get closer to Canelo. If we fight Charlo, I was looking for that fight September. I thought it was going to be an easy fight to make because he said he wanted to fight. But after he came out with vaccinated and you got to be under 20.
Over 25.
25, and now a GED, you know, got to show me your GED or whatever, you know. All these things, man. I mean,
and your vacunas, bro. You got to show me your vacunas, bro.
I thought it was serious, you know. We were so excited because I knew that fight was going to be a super tough fight. I tell you, it would be a 50-50 fight, but we were willing to take those chances and have those kind of fights. Imagine David Benavidez fighting Charlo. That would have been a great fight, bro.
Now, let me ask you with what you just said right now. You said it yourself, trainer of your own son, and you knew he wanted Charlo. And according to you, it was going to be a 50-50 fight. That's respect because you're actually giving respect to Charlo and his skill. How diminishing was it to hear him say the whole vaccination and not fighting somebody under 25? How like demoralizing was it to you?
I have a lot of respect for all these fighters, man, because, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think they're scared. Because they want to be champions, and a fighter should never be scared of fighting nobody. But I want to tell you that Charlo, the brothers, were one of my favorite fighters. You know, every time they fight, I was there watching them. I had a lot of respect for that. But now, hearing all this, I have no respect for Charlo. The other ones, like I said, you know, they're good fighters. They're very smart, and they're very tough, very difficult fighters. But after hearing this, man, what can I say about them? And a lot of people think the same way that I think now against Charlo.
I'll say it. I'll say it. They're afraid of David. He's afraid of David.
You know, sometimes-
Dorell Charlo's afraid of David. I'll say it.
You know, but you know, it makes me feel good actually, you know, because you know, when I said we want to fight on, you know, you got to understand too. I felt a little bit of insecurity a little bit because, dude, that's a tough fight. You know, you don't know what's going to happen, but in order to make history, you got to fight these kind of fighters. Look at Valdez, man. Man, I had chills. I didn't even know what round it was. You know, I didn't want that to end. You know, but see, those are the type of fights that we want to bring also to the fans.
He dared to be great, man. You know, Valdez dared to be great, and that's what people see at the end of the day, man. Real boxing fans, right, see the legacy that they create in the ring, man. They want to see these fights that are being made, and it just seems like nowadays, yes, a fighter takes that risk of putting his life on the line every time he enters the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they should be compensated, you know, for doing that and being rewarded properly. But a lot of these fighters, man, are just outpricing themselves. You know, it's turned into such a big business, you know, and even for somebody like Golden Boy, even for somebody like Top Rank, when they have their stars, you know, and every promotional company does it, they're going to do everything they can to protect that cow that's coming in, man. That's the cash cow, man. That's the cash on wheels. And as long as they're a big name, they might not fight the best. I mean, look at what Floyd did. A lot of people tuned in because they just wanted to see Floyd lose more than they wanted to see him win. You know, I'm sure that half the people that bought that pay-per-view were tuning in to watch him lose because they didn't like it. But he knew how to promote himself. And that's the thing nowadays. If you can promote yourself and you can put asses in seats and you can sell tickets, man, they're going to protect you because they know that you know, they're going to guide you the right way is what I should say. So like I was saying earlier, even with Bronner and with Crawford, right? If you give Broner the same people that Crawford fought, right? It's pretty even. And Broner, you know, becoming the youngest 4-division world champion, I think he would be right there. You know, I think your son Jose would have probably beat him, you know, but you know, Jose had some issues with his leg, even going into the Crawford fight. I think that fight, if Jose wouldn't have got shot, would have been a lot different, you know, and it's just it is what it is, man. It's a business, and these guys don't want to create the legacy in the ring, you know, okay, and that's what's sad.
Let me interrupt you on that, dude. I agree with you with Broner, and I agree with you, but for me, is they're in the same promotion company. You know what I mean? Charlo and Benavidez. It should be an easy fight to be made. You know what I mean? I'm like, see, I see it a little bit harder with Canelo and David. But I see it, Caleb Plant and Charlo should not have an issue getting in the ring with David Benavidez. They're part of the same stable, which is PBC, Premier Boxing Champions. And I honestly think if I went by your philosophy about getting seats in the stands, Charlo does not pack up, bro. David packs up. So why are they making it so hard for David to fight Caleb Plant or Charlo? Well, I want to know.
To me, and I'll let you talk in a minute, Senior Jose. But here's the thing, man. Okay, with Charlo, for instance, he's still at 60. He hasn't even fought at 68 yet. David's an established super middleweight. You know, the older Charlo, the bigger Charlo is only at 160, right? There's still fights, there's still names, there's still money that can be made before he takes that, you know, before he takes that L. And if you look at the demographics of the sport, man, and I'm being real, you look at the demographic of the sports and you look at certain promotional companies, it just seems like, you know what, I'm not even going to get into that, man. Let me just shut up before I get myself in trouble. I think they're protecting the man. That's all I'm saying.
They're protecting Charlo. And I'm going to tell you why. Because
Yeah, and it's not necessary, and it doesn't necessarily have to be PBC. It doesn't necessarily have to be TGB or Brittany or Tom Gusenbrock. It could be their own managers that don't want to see him take that out, because at the end of the day, it's still the fighter's discretion on who they want to fight, man.
Okay, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's like, okay, if Charlo wants to make fight at 160, he can make fights at 160, bro. You know what I mean? Don't fight anybody, but don't call out Canelo if you don't want to go to 168. But when David calls him out, now you're like, oh no, I don't want to fight David because he's under 25, or I don't want to call David because he hasn't taken the vaccine, or I don't want to call David because like Senior said, he didn't like the GED. I mean, all these excuses, bro.
Yeah,
You're right. They're protecting them.
Let me tell you something. I thought about something. Dude, I know Canelo, he's the face of boxing right now. He's the best hitter in this era right now. He's good, he's disciplined, he's all that. But you got to remember something. We wanted to fight Canelo when David was the champion at 168. Canelo never wanted to fight him. And as soon as he vacated that title, he called the WBC that he wanted to fight for that belt. So, I mean, there's another thing right there. Styles make fights. And if the guys are watching this video, they know that David is going to give them problems. That makes it a little bit hard. That's why they decide to go around. They want to fight a killer Plants, Sanders and all these other guys, they're on the way down, I believe, Children right now, I mean, he's a good fighter too, but I don't, to be honest with you, he's training hard, but he's not at Canelo's level right now. So that would be an easy fight. That's why they decided to fight Sanders, because they know that he's going to win that fight. And, why they didn't think about David, giving him a fight for that title at 168 when David had the belt. What happened there? So that's the thing sometimes, I don't understand, Charlo called out David. He said he got his blessing from, what's his name, Anthony Dorell. That's like about 2 years ago at 168. Now he calls out David that he wants to fight him. And then we go ahead and say, yes, let's do it. Now he's making all these excuses, so I don't understand what the problem is, but we're going to continue working hard and little by little, hopefully, we get to them and we'll show the people.
I'm going to tell you,
let's talk about the easiest one.
Wait up. His people, Canelo's people watch the show. Dale un mensaje, Jose. Dile, ellos ven el show.
Un mensaje para Canelo y su equipo. Mis respetos, son los mejores ahorita y nadie va a discutir con eso. Pero yo quisiera que nos dieran la oportunidad, como no nos las dieron cuando David Benavidez tenía el cinturón, las 168 libras, dieron vuelta. En cuanto a David le quitaron el cinturón, de volada se contactaron con el WBC para pelear por el cinturón. Dieron la oportunidad, así como Floyd Mayweather le dio la oportunidad a Canelo en la misma edad y en el mismo tiempo. Eso es lo único que pido. Y si ellos están seguros que es el mejor y que es de libra por libra, David Benavidez sería una pelea muy fácil para ellos, para que le callen la boca a la gente. Denos la oportunidad.
For me, if I would see that, it's win-win for David. It's win-win for Canelo. I mean, you move that fight to Azteca Stadium and put 130,000 people into that stadium. You hold it down there in Mexico, right? These are two championship levels, top caliber fighters.
Tell me.
It's not a bum fighting a bum, a cherry picked fight. These are two world-class fighters, and whoever wins, David's so young that he can learn. The same way Canelo lost to Floyd, the same way he lost to Floyd, and his career has blown up. Canelo's career has blown up since that loss. It would be the same thing for David. And here's the other thing. David could win that fight.
But tell me,
I'm not saying David's going to lose, but David could actually win that fight. And it could be so close and so hotly contested that it could become one of the greatest Mexican trilogies ever, man. Like, seriously, that fight right there,
but it
has money written all over it.
Okay,
but tell me one thing.
Jose, go.
Tell me one thing. He was a two-time world champion. He already was there 2 times. Tell me, why doesn't he want to fight David? In your opinion, what do you guys think? Why doesn't he want to fight David? Because there is a big risk. I'm not beating him. So if he's so good and he's pound for pound, why not give him the opportunity? They're so sure they're going to make so much money, and everybody's going to be like quiet once he beats David. So why not do it? You know, why not? Then he has those excuses too. He doesn't want to fight any Mexicans when David was at 168.
Yeah.
Right now, you know, I mean, why all those excuses if you think you're so sure you're gonna beat him?
I have no reasoning or thought.
Okay,
on that.
do you think they're trying to build it up, Jose? They're trying to build it up, and they know that the money's there with David.
I tell you right now, they don't
Mhm.
have to build it anymore. We're right there. The people want to see the fight. It's already built. It's already there. Why not do it? You know. So you think people will be? Do you think people want to see Canelo fight Caleb
Yodrin?
Plant?
Oh no.
You know, you take any of those names right now. Boo Boo Andrade, you know, Saunders, Caleb Plant.
Who do you rather see? Who do you rather see?
Well,
Like
here,
David.
let me answer Senior's question. You're asking, there's no buildup. You're absolutely right. There isn't. Here's their situation, and here's their thought process. More than likely, they saw what happened to Benavidez in his last fight. They think maybe he's outgrowing the division. If they can't capitalize about it now,
Right.
it'll never happen, because I doubt they will fight Benavidez at 75.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, I know.
so
He
if
would be
they're
too
so
big.
sure about it, why not take the fight? It's our problem, not their problem. Does it make sense? I mean, like that, I don't think that's the issue.
No. It makes sense on your on
Right.
everybody's end that this fight should happen now. I completely agree. It's just there is no way they could actually let it marinate more than it needs to, because sooner than later Benavidez will go up to 175, and Canelo will more than likely stay at 168, and he will never go up to 175 to take that fight at 75.
I mean,
Never.
He fought at 175, but we're not even thinking about going to 160 or 175. We're thinking about staying at 168. That's what I'm saying. Okay, he puts all those claws and those rehydrations and all that. We have to go by that. And if I don't think that we could do that, why would I even stay at 168?
One more thing.
Okay, go
Thing,
for it.
just to add.
Go.
The fact that you guys are the younger fighter and not him. Canelo is aging as well. His age is getting up there. He's up there in age, while Benavidez still has time in front of him. That's the other issue.
You know, the problem here is about the money, man. You know, he has all these fights lined up, and and they're doing a great job. Don't get me wrong. They're doing hopefully I don't get to where they're at now and try to avoid fighters because of the money. I don't want to be remembered as that. We want to make history. We want to fight the fighters that are coming up, the fighters that are making noise, the dangerous fighters. Those are the fighters we want to fight in order to make history. You know, that's what I think. You know, but right now, you know, they got a good path. They already. I mean, when have you ever seen that somebody has 2-3 cards already ahead of them when you haven't even fought? You know, how can you make those? How about if he gets injured? How if for some reason, you know, the other guy has hands? How if he gets his jaw broken? You know, and now Caleb Plant is willing to sit to wait for Canelo. Why don't you fight another fight or something? You know, so you can stay busy. You know, anything can happen in these two fights. You know, and you know, I mean, I don't understand why. Because I mean, I don't know. I don't even understand why you have another fight already lined up when you haven't even fought the fight that you just fight.
I'm glad you said what you said about wanting to fight the best, wanting to go out there and create a legacy. Because you know what? There's somebody on here named Andreas. He said, "Look, I think Canelo wants to unify. David doesn't have any belts, and I'm sure David will give him a lot of problems." Let me answer that. Canelo gave up titles. Canelo had beef with the WBC a couple years back. Canelo said it's not about the belts. Canelo said it's about pride. It's about fighting to be the best. Me fighting the best. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's not about the belts. So if that's the case, and he wants to fight the best, then he should fight David Benavidez right now. Andreas, I don't think it's about unifying the titles anymore. It's about Canelo being able to be the A side and make the money and make as much money as he can and make as much money as he wants, fighting lower level opponents or opponents that aren't going to give him such a risk like David Benavidez. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Plant or Charlo or Saunders because they're all world-class athletes. But what I'm saying is, if you take that group of fighters, the top level one out there, the best fighter that's technically sound enough to actually, in my opinion, beat Canelo is David. And I'm not saying he will, but I think that the most highly competitive fight would be David and Canelo.
Let me ask you one question. Do you think if David wouldn't lost that belt, Canelo will be fighting at 168.
No.
So there we go.
Here's the way it broke down for the fans. I'm gonna break it down for the fans real quick. It's only gonna take a second. This is the way it played out. Yildirim fought Dorell. It was a highly competitive fight. The fight was stopped due a headbutt. Dorell won. Right? They promised Yildirim, the WBC, they being the WBC, promised Yildirim a mandatory rematch because the fight was so close. Right? At that time, Dorell went to fight David. David captured the bout. Because of COVID and because of everything else, Yildirim couldn't fight. David loses the bouts on the scale, becomes vacant. Canelo now petitions to fight for that title, and Yildirim steals that mandatory for his belt. That's how everything played out for the fans. And it's a tough situation right now. The politics and behind boxing, behind closed doors, that's not on the internet, that's not on Twitter, that the casual fans don't see, man. I respect anybody, especially Mr. Benavidez here, because there's so much bureaucracy and bullshit that they have to deal with. Not just from the BC, but any sanctioning bodies, man.
Let me tell you something else. Imagine after Sanders, for example, right? He fights Yildirim, fights Sanders, and then he fights David. And then he beats David, right? He's the king. Nobody will tell him nothing, right? I think he'll be the best fighter ever in history, right? So you think he'll take that chance? He will never take that chance. Why not? If he's so good, why not fight him? And then fight Caleb Plant and beat everybody. And that's it. So now this is what's going to happen. Anthony Dorell is going to fight for the what's it called? The
interim title.
The interim title, right? Guess what? We're going to fight for the interim also on March 13th. So whoever wins that fight, Dorell and Benavidez, they're going to meet to be a mandatory to fight Canelo. What do you think is going to happen? Is he going to fight David again, or he's going to vacate that title? See, so that's what I'm trying to say,
But let me ask you a question, and this is questions for you, Jose. You don't think that the easiest path for you guys to get that Canelo fight would be to beat Caleb Plant and get that IBF title? And then since Canelo wants to be the undisputed champion at 168, he will be forced to fight David since David has that strap. I've always said that, so I wanted to get your opinion on that.
What did Hearns, what's his name? Eddie Hearns say? Why don't David and Caleb Plant fight? The winner of that fights Canelo. I think that's a great idea. Do you have any idea how many times I've talked to his managers? And we're the same promoter, but at the end of the day, the manager can't do anything. The promoter cannot do anything. If Caleb Plant does not want to fight, they're not going to make him fight. That's what I want people to understand. That would be a great fight. We want to fight Caleb Plant. That would be a good fight. And I don't want to fight him for the belt. This is more personal. We want to fight him because we want to beat him. And we want to give the Mexicans and the whole people what they want, a really good fight. That would be a really interesting fight too, because this guy has a lot of skills. He can move, and he can do a lot of things. It's not an easy fight either. He's a champion, but those are the fights that we're trying to look for. But if they don't want to fight, we're just going to have to keep working and every day there's opportunities and I mean, they can't stop us. We're going to be ready for whenever those opportunities come.
Let me ask you this question. As a Benavidez Sr. I was there for Dorell versus Benavidez. I interviewed you the day of the weigh-in at the hotel and everything, and we were talking about the whole Caleb Plant situation and the beef and the shit talk and everything that's been going on. Mind you, that was 2019. We're in 2021 now. Why has it been so difficult to actually get that fight to be made? What's the holdup? I know it's not on your end. So what's the politics on it?
I'm going to tell you what's happening. They're trying to build this new guy, that new market for not Latinos, for white people. They're trying to open that. So they're trying to make this star so he can bring more people to the table, I believe. That's what I think, but maybe I could be wrong,
Are you saying that they're trying to bring in like the great white hope? Is that what you're saying right now?
I mean, what else could it be? Why doesn't he want to fight right now? I guarantee you right now, I'll tell you right now, Canelo will beat Caleb Plant, especially the way he looked at his last fight. People are saying, no, he's going to have trouble because he moved. Yeah, he'll have trouble 2, maybe 3 rounds, but Canelo's going to cut that ring off. And, and if you guys don't know, Caleb Plant does not have that heart, He's been put with guys that he can beat. Canelo is going to mess him up. And he, once he gets hit, Caleb Plant gets marked very quick too, When Uzcategui decided to fight in 1 round, it looked like he was there getting beat the whole rounds with 1 round when he decided to throw. So, I mean, they know what they have. I mean, to me, Caleb Plant, could move and, he's going to be difficult a little bit. At the same time, he gets tired very quick because he wastes a lot of energy. And I think that, Canelo is going to end up hurting him.
You know what? To me, it makes all the sense in the world, because right now my brain's going, and I'm thinking of the fighters, the white fighters. I'm thinking, all right, we have Fury. No, he's English. But we have Lomachenko. He's Eastern European, right? And I'm trying to think who in the United States, what good white American fighter do we actually have out there? Shit, we got Caleb Plant, and that's about it. You use that demographics to hit a different different audience. The different audience, it brings money. It's marketing and promotion. Exactly, Eloy. Somebody said it's not a race card, it's marketing and promotion. Exactly, it's marketing and promotion, man. Because I tell you what, man, if you look at the sport and you look at Mexico, you look at Eastern Europe, you look at Europe, you look at all these other countries except the United States, you have boxing is like one of the biggest sports. Besides soccer, it's boxing, right? Here in the United States, shit, they got the NFL, they got hockey, they got NASCAR, NBA, NFL, all these sports bigger than boxing in the United States. And if people even want to argue with me, even when they had the 2 top pound for pound fighters going at it with Kovalov and Ward in that first fight at the T-Mobile Arena, the arena was half empty. American fighters just don't, unless you're Floyd, they just don't make the money.
You want to hear something funny? I've been studying Canelo because I thought we were going to fight him, and I don't lose my hopes that we are going to fight him. So I try to see, openings and what he does wrong, what he does good and all that. Caleb Plant, I've been studying Caleb Plant for years, because, I thought we were going to get close and we were going to fight him, and I still am. I think, I have high hopes that we are going to fight him. But the funny thing, let me tell you something real funny. Before Caleb Plant fought, have you noticed how much advertising he got? He was even on the Super Bowl, I believe. They were advertising something like that in a big game. I never seen that before, that they advertised for somebody so much. And you know what? The numbers were very good. Why? Because he was advertised everywhere. And also, he fought on free TV. So the numbers went super big, because of that. So that tells me, that they're trying to build him. They're trying to do more for him, but it's time. It's time to deliver, He has to fight somebody good. He has to fight us, That will be a great fight. He's ready to go. And we want to fight him. We definitely, if they send me the contract today, man, maybe we can cancel the fight and go with them, But at the end of the day, we got to take care of business on March 13th, and we can't get ahead of ourselves. And David has to look spectacular. He can't just win this fight, man. He has to look spectacular in order to go to the next level.
So have they announced his opponent yet?
Ronald Ellis.
Ronald
Ellis, yeah.
Okay.
And that's the same night as Chocolatito fight. That's the same night as the zone.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Can I tell you something right now, Stacks? And I want to make you a promise.
What's up?
Benavidez will have more fans than Chocolatito versus Estrada. And I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to say that.
And I'll tell you what, though. Here's the thing. Golden Boy has a sister station, right? Golden Boy. I'm sorry, not Golden Boy. Top Rank in ESPN. The Zone, PBC with Fox. So they have stations that they can be on regular TV. Like for instance, Benavidez will probably be fighting on Big Fox at 5:00. The fight card will start. The pre-fights will be on YouTube or whatever they want to run it at. ESPN has ESPN Plus, but then they have the big station. So people that don't have the app could still watch the fight on regular ESPN, where Golden Boy and DAZN, which this card's going to be on, is stuck with the app. And there's a lot of people like, what is DAZN? How do you do that? They don't know how to download stuff on the phone and stream it to the TV. You know, this
Exactly. You gotta see it on your
it's tough for
phone.
a lot of the older fight fans. You know, you get guys in their 50s and 60s years old that aren't too savvy with the goddamn phone or knowing how to stream from a computer to a TV, and they just aren't fucking with it. I mean, and that's something DAZN needs to figure out. They need a sister station, man.
Yeah, I'm one of them. You know, I can't even watch. I can't even put it from my phone to the TV. So sometimes, but at the end of the day, man, I like Chocolatito. You know, I'm not looking to see who has more fans. You know, my respect. That's gonna be a good fight, and I hope that we do good. We both do good. I mean, hopefully, people have 2 TVs and the phones, and they all connect to it, so we all can get all this views.
Now, okay, and you hit on something very, very hard about like them pushing Caleb Plant. And now that you brought up all those points, I'm starting to see it too. You know what I mean? Now, do you think that the media should
Even
be
after the
pushed?
fight, they were still promoting him after the fight.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Do you think the media, like we're responsible to make sure we push that fight between Caleb Plant and David Benavidez? And also, do you give him a little pass because he did injure his hand? And how long do you give him a pass for?
Did he really hurt his hand?
Se la vi, bro. Parecía que tenía un unicorn in the hand, bro.
I'm gonna show you David's hands after the
All
fight.
right.
I'm gonna take the picture. And Junior, when he used to fight, they get swollen. It's normal, you know.
Okay.
But it's normal for these fighters. But you know, after they kind of know that they didn't look that good, they try to come up with excuses. You know, he should have taken Truex out. Man, who is Truex at this point? My respects. You know, he got hit with some shots that he shouldn't have got hit with. He's all the way in the top. But that's when we see that if he would have fought somebody else or somebody like Canelo, he'll just one punch like that, definitely he's going to the ground. You know, I'm almost certain, pretty sure that would happen.
Okay. To add more to what Benavidez Sr. has been talking about, they've been pushing Plant forever. If you recall correctly, he was actually the Fox lead-in to the Pacquiao and Thurman fight. He was the Fox lead-in versus Mike Lee. He was the free portion on Fox to get people to order the pay-per-view. So they've been pushing Plant for a long time on Fox, not FS1, Fox, the big station.
Big Fox.
You know, that was a big fight. I was there that night, and you know what? I was surprised when they put him in there. The stadium was empty, bro. It was empty, and you can ask whoever when he fought. I was like, "What the? Where's everybody? It's free."
Check it out, man. I was there that night, right? I was there at that fight.
Am I lying?
I'll tell you what
Am I
happened,
lying?
man. No,
You're not. No, you're not.
BBC ended up doing a press conference at the time that Caleb was fighting. They had the press conference for Spence Porter in the tent. So I was in the tent because it was more important for me as media to cover the Spence Porter, the Spence Porter. Yeah, so I'm in there because check it out. They had Barrera, they had Morales, they had Porter in there, they had Winky Wright in there. They had all these fighters on that stage to announce the Porter Spence fight. Earl Spence was in there. I mean, it was just packed full of stars when they were announcing that fight. And meanwhile, Caleb Plant's next door in the MGM fighting with nobody in there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think they just made him feel that he's invisible, that he is the real thing. I mean, we want to fight him. We'll fight him tonight, bro.
Let me ask you this. How long does that fight last between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, I've been studying him and I've been seeing what he does. You know, I will say it will go to 5-6 rounds because you know he knows how to move. He knows how to stay away from fighters. But you know, it would take us maybe like about 4 or 5 rounds. You know, to finally cut him off, hit that body, and you know, kind of slow him down so he doesn't move. But once David catches him, that's it. No more, man. You know, because I mean, he's never been hit to the body. He's never been getting hit with uppercuts and those big shots. You know, he is going to be able to move, and I think he's just going to train to use his legs and all that. But for some reason, he gets really tired also, like in the 5th, 6th round. So that would give us a big opportunity to put him out.
We got to go.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this
Go,
question
go.
because
Hold
I
on,
remember.
hold
I
on,
remember this.
We got a question from a fan. He wants to know if you guys have been approached yet by Boo Boo's team to fight. Has there been anything for you guys to fight him? An offer been made, or any talk about Benavidez going over to
The zone.
rumored the zone?
Never, no, we have never heard nothing about Boo Boo. That's another fighter that I respect, and that's another good fighter, another very dangerous fighter that we would love to fight a fighter like that also. He's tremendous, he's very intelligent, and he's proven that he's super good too. So hopefully, that's another fight that could be made, and we definitely, like I said, right now we'll take anybody just to prove ourselves.
Go ahead,
so,
Fern.
All right, so the question I want to ask, because you were bringing up the point about Caleb Plant's movement and everything, I was actually there the day that Benavidez sparred Sean Porter. And Ken Porter, I interviewed you and Ken afterwards, and Ken said it that Sean Porter, with his movement, does not get hit by big guys like David Benavidez. But Benavidez found spots and was able to hit Sean Porter. So would you use, if you get a Caleb Plant fight, someone like Sean Porter who has that type of movement and lateral movement to train to actually get to Plant's movement and actually counterbalance that?
It's funny because we have already been training with people that have good legs, and we've been learning how to cut the ring off and how to, and I'm gonna tell you, there's no secret to this right now. Everybody knows about David. He comes forward, he's gonna brawl, he's gonna stay inside in the pocket there. But because there hasn't been no need to fight other fighters, we know that we can put them away, we can break them down, and we can put them away. There are going to be stronger fighters and different fighters that we have to adjust and make different moves. With Caleb Plant, there's no secret to it. We're going to try to use that jab. We're going to try to aim at the chest, and how he rolls and he does that. Why would you go to the face? Go to the body. We're going to have to work that body first. And como dicen los mexicanos, tenemos que ponchar esas llantas primero, in order if we want to be successful. But at the same time, we got to get him off balance. When he's moving. Yeah, everything moves, but guess what? The chest does not move. The body doesn't move. So get him off balance, and try to go to the body. Leave the head alone for now, because he can move his head real good. Once he's hurt, then we go ahead hunting.
Let me give you a question from Jose Reyes. Hold on. Let me give him a question. Jose Reyes says, Mr. Benavidez, please fight Mario Casares and shut that fool up. That's that. We talked about him last week with Diego Pacheco.
Let me tell you about that, right?
Yeah.
I think he should fight Pacheco. He should fight Berlanga. He should fight. How can he say that we're afraid? The thing is, I know. You don't understand. Let me tell you what happens. David's in another level right now.
Right.
We're fighting for Showtime. Do you think Showtime would have set that fight?
No.
With somebody, even the commission,
no.
With 12 fights, 5 knockouts, or 10 fights, 5 knockouts,
they're not going to prove it.
So there's, to me, that's easy money. Let's make this fight, That's like giving me the money right away, The fight, have you seen the fight when he fought Chavez Jr.? He looked terrible. I mean, go back to school, I think he's very intelligent, he's doing good, with his suits and all that, I think he should look for another career. Dude, I wish him the best, but in reality, the team that he has and the way they're moving him up, he's not going to become a champion. He has to change management, and he has to change his way. Talking is just going to send him back. I don't think nobody's going to want to fight him the way that he's doing. He's saying that he's going to tumbar todas las pecas a Canelo. Come on, bro. Really? Okay. Going to knock him out in 2 rounds. He only had 5 knockouts,
Yeah.
Come on, let's do it.
Mándale un mensaje.
Mira, lo único que le puedo decir a ese payaso y al circo que tiene, lo van a mandar al hospital, lo van a lastimar. ¿Sabes qué? Si lo llevan, le ponen más atención poco a poco, todo a su tiempo, creo yo que sí se puede hacer algo. Pero así como va a acabar mal el muchacho, ni para la escuela va a servir. ¿Sí me entiendes? Entonces yo creo que take your time, have some respect. And you'll get there. But that's not the way you do things, Right. If you're so good, why haven't you signed with the promotion company? Go with
promoter.
Come on, the zone. he claims that he has so many views in the zone. Nah, it's not because of you, it's because of Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. has an attitude he brings, especially, when he does this taka taka taka, taka taka comes, people want to think that he's fighting. He's fighting. He's entertaining. Taka taka taka, I mean, so
Wow.
it's not because of him, it was because of Chavez. Even though he's the son of a legend, people want to see him get beat. That's why they see him, But I think they're doing a bad job. And if he's so good, why has anybody signed him? Because he doesn't have it.
Go, Fern, question, and then Stacks, and then I have a question from the fans. Go, Fern.
Ultimately, after this Ellis situation, I know you're not looking forward to anything because you cannot look forward to anything. But in 100% of all of our minds watching this show and whoever will watch this video, Benavidez is going to beat Ellis.
Right.
More than likely, Dorell is going to do what he has to do and everything like that. I'm just going to ask the same question again. Are you really looking forward? Are you really looking forward to a second fight with Dorell, or will you try to find a way to get around Dorell, to get to Caleb Plant, or go elsewhere?
Right now, Ronald Ellis is a good fighter. He only has one loss. He's in Canelo's camp. We can't underestimate that Ronald Ellis, His brother is fantastic. I like his brother. His brother is a beast. He's really good, man. They're good fighters. We have to,
Respect.
like I said, no disrespect, man. We're treating him like a world champion, man. But we have to look impressive. There's no going around to that. We have to look impressive. We have to look better than Caleb Plant. We have to look impressive in order to go to the next level. No, I don't want to fight Anthony Dorell. But if we have to, we have to, I mean, I think now it's going to be easier because we already know. And he got stopped by David. So in his heart, he knows that David's dangerous. And right now, David's not the person that he fought when he fought him. David's 2-3 times better than when he fought him. And this time is going to end up earlier than last time. But if I have a choice, what can I do? We got to beat this guy in order to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no questions. I was just looking at some of the comments here. Eric Hernandez talking about David Benavidez and Eduardo Ramirez. Ramirez doesn't want to fight anybody, man. Ramirez gave up the chance to fight for the WBC title.
That's a great opportunity.
Yeah, they were going to have, it was supposed to go to a purse bid last Thursday, and he walked away from it. He just says, I don't want to fight.
But
he didn't say who he wanted to fight. He just says he wasn't interested in fighting for the belt. He wasn't interested in taking the
wow. Man, who's going to say that? You work all your life and you said that you're good, I mean, that's an opportunity there. I mean, let's go get it.
And see that? I don't know.
Okay. Jose, would you guys fight him? Zurdo Ramirez on a catchweight?
Mis respetos para Zurdo Ramirez. Somos muy buenos amigos. Man, I think he's a very dangerous fighter. He's a tricky fighter. We spar with him so many times, man. But at the end of the day, like him, we are friends now. But when it comes time to fight, we're enemies, And once we fight, I will shake his hand. I will give him a hug, and whatever happens. But that's another interesting fight. Oh, that's a good fight for the fans and for us and for him. I would definitely fight him. All my respects for him. He's a really good fighter. He's also left-handed, so I mean that would be a little bit difficult. It's not easy, and especially if he trains really hard, he knows that he's going to fight David. That will make it a little bit more complicated. But I would definitely love to fight him also.
Okay, one question. Give me your top 3 guys to fight David with, and then give me when is Junior coming back?
Thank you.
Junior to be coming soon. He just had a baby. He was supposed to be in this camp, but unfortunately, he had to do some things. Move from one house to another one, and because of the coronavirus, everything got back a little bit. But he's moving a little bit. And once I get back, we're gonna start working 100% with them, and you guys are gonna. We got good news coming soon, so hopefully everything goes as planned, and you guys are gonna see him pretty soon.
What about, okay, give me your top 3 for David. For David, top 3 for David.
Love to fight, man. Number 1 is Canelo, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say number 1 Canelo because we gotta prove ourselves and get to him in different ways. Number 1, man, Charlo. I was so excited, bro. So excited, just sharing the ring with a fucking monster, Like I said, he's one of my favorite fighters. Charlo would be one of them. Second one, would be Caleb Plant. And hopefully after Caleb Plant, then we could get to Canelo. Those would be the fights that I would really love to have.
What do you guys think, guys? You guys
I like his list.
Good, man.
I like his list.
I like the fact that they don't price themselves out. They're fighting whoever.
Mm-hmm.
David's willing to fight the best. His dad's willing to have his son fight the best. They're not ducking anybody. They're not cherry picking. They're taking who they give them and they're beating them.
You want to hear something funny? When people say, "Oh yeah, you want to fight Canelo because of the purse," dude, do you have any idea? Just getting to Canelo and fighting Canelo, how much money you're gonna generate? After that fight, not that fight. Now, if you beat him, superstar, right?
Exactly.
You become a household name overnight.
So you gotta do your dues. You gotta fight him. And no matter what happens, if you lose or win, we're not losing anyways. But can you just imagine, how David's gonna be known, and now he is gonna be making the money. But in reality, money, dude, comes and goes. Making history. The Benavidez were not afraid of nobody. Look at his brother with the fucking broken leg, whatever,
And
he
still
fought Crawford, and it was a good fight.
Very good fight.
People, when he fought Terrence Crawford, all the respect he got from all these people, because he gave Crawford a really good fight.
Right.
People don't give a fuck if you lose or win. Once you give good fights, that's what they want to stay with, and they want to support the people that have those balls, to fight these guys, no matter what happens. As long as you give them good fights, I take my hat off to Berchett, man. I want to see him fight again.
Right.
Yeah. Dude, did he lose? He didn't lose to me. He gave us a great fight, and when he comes back, I want to see him. I can't wait until he comes back. Those are the fights that we want to give the fans, and that's what we want to be known by that, not by money.
Okay, you've made 2 world champions. Now, what is your goal in boxing, Jose? And you didn't box yourself, because I've had you on the show before.
I didn't know nothing about boxing. I'm not embarrassed when you guys said, "Oh, we're gonna ask you some serious questions or whatever." Dude, I grew up without parents. I had no love. So when I was small, I thought whenever I have my family, I'm gonna be with my kids 100%. I'm gonna help them achieve their goals and be with them, right? That's what matters to me. Money does not matter to me, because there's things that you can't buy. There's nothing that and I dedicated myself to them. And I'm a winner. I'm a millionaire just spending time with them. And from not knowing anything, look where I have gone. I want to motivate other people. I used to use drugs. I used to be a drug addict. And thank God, one day I asked him, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to give me the strength, to forget about this and be dedicated to my kids, man. To me, money does not matter. I used to do other things, and I had a lot of money, and I was in my couch with leather couches, big screen TVs, but I wasn't happy. I couldn't even go out and spend my money because, people wanted to kill me, Right. So now I'm doing a good thing and I enjoy every minute of it, and I can, definitely when I'm inside the ring, when they win, when they get those belts and all that, it's a big satisfaction that money cannot buy, that's what I have in my heart. Money does not matter to me. And hopefully what matters to me is that they become good people, good role models. And, they can still be good role models because they can help other kids that did drugs, and did this. There's more life. You can do it. You can change your life around and come back stronger and be proud of yourself, because we've been through all that.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And that's the thing, when people talk about boxing, and then a lot of times you get race brought into boxing, right? And here's the thing about that. And I've always told people before, if I like a Mexican fighter, right, and you like a black fighter, that's okay, because that's somebody that I'm familiar with. They have the same type of lifestyle I have. They grew up the same way I did, right? I can associate with that person, and it's a feel-good story for me to see somebody like that go on, and like you said, there's certain aspects, man, of your son's careers, man, of David and Jose's careers that are going to touch different people in a different way. They're going to have different fans for a different way because of the fact that it wasn't handed to them. It wasn't given to them. Like they work for everything, you know, in the boxing game. They were hungry. They got there. You push them as a father to get to a certain level, man. And that's respect right there, man, because at the end of the day, when bad choices are made in life, that doesn't mean that they're bad people. These are just bad choices that people make. And we have to learn from our mistakes, man. And we see it all the time. We see it all the time, whether it's NFL, whether it's, you know, baseball, whether it's boxing, whatnot. Us, of course, because we're in the boxing scene, we see the stuff, man, and we have to report on it. We have to put it out there. But like I said, it doesn't make these people a bad person. It doesn't make them a bad person. They're bad choices. And as long as they can learn and move on from it, man, that's all that matters. And like you said, you know, for you growing up the way you did, you know, and able to come and give us that statement, that's something like, I don't know about you, man. We've hung out several times. We barbecued at Albert's house together the night that Ramirez fought Hooker, you know? So it's just like, it's tough, man, you know, and you know, you're doing a good job, man, and I commend you for that, man. I really do.
You have no idea, man, what I have gone through just in my life and learn how to raise your kids. I was never around love. I was never around, you know, I wish my mom would I had a mom to hold my hand and you know, on my birthday, give me a little cake. I don't know what that is. You know, so I decided to be there, even though, you know, I always get them a little cake or whatever, but to me, that's special. That's big, man. And people got to understand too, you know, we are humans. Humans make mistakes. If you keep making mistakes, you know, you're never going to change. But if you're willing to change and improve people, you know, I mean, that's a good thing, you know, because we're humans. We're going to make mistakes. And as long as you come back and, you know, respect people and don't make fun of people. And I mean, that's to me, that's big.
Okay, the boxing rundown will always love you, Jose. We're like family, man. I mean, right now, all the fans are saying they got much respect for you. I mean, all of them are saying you're a great interview. You're a motivation for everybody. You're a role model, and everybody wants to hear more from you. Now, I have two questions from two different people, okay? Clarence McLean says, if David can't get the fights at 168, will he move up to 175 and possibly fight Joe Smith?
You know what? We're not moving out of 168 until we make everything as possible and make more history. We had the chance to fight at 175 and fought this guy that has the belt. What's his name? Pascal? No, is it Pascal or the other one? Pascal, right?
Yeah, he had it.
Pascal
had
had the belt. Yeah. And we said, okay, we go to 175 and fight for the belt. Pascal's a monster.
Right.
But he did not want to take the fight. So, yeah, if we could fight for a title at 175, we'll go to 175. But there's nothing right now at 175. All the good fights are at 168. Right. I don't think David has a problem doing 168. Like I said, one little slip. He, you know, just one time that he didn't do the weight. I mean, and he's still young. And if he had a problem, I would be the first one to tell him, let's go up. You can't stay at 168.
Another name getting thrown out there at 68 right now is Daniel Jacobs. If you know, would you guys take a fight with Jacobs?
I forgot about him. You know, I forgot about him, man.
Yeah.
You know, that would be another great fight. You know, man. Even put him before Canelo, I would put him the third fight.
Because you know what?
Know?
Jacobs, wow. Jacobs is technical. You know,
definitely.
David the banger.
If we have to go through that route and then fight Canelo, we would definitely be happy to. Even now, on the next fight or whatever, if we fighting a legend, somebody like that, you know. I mean, imagine how much we can show the world that we are here to fight. Daniel Jacobs is a good fighter, and he's I mean, he will be a great fight to make also, you know. Who wouldn't want to see that either, you know?
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. Somebody asked, Gregory Perez asked, how is it going to Robert Garcia? Do you guys work together to get better at each other's camps, or what is it?
Man, you know, I'm different from everybody. You know, a lot of people don't know, man, I'm a learner. I learn every day. I keep my feet grounded. I have a lot of respect for every trainer. I learn from somebody that just started yesterday training. You know, the way they talk, the patience or whatever. I observe all that from everybody because I'm still learning and I got a long way to learn. I got to tell you, I was Freddie's assistant for 4 years and I was like a sponge trying to get all that. After that, I went with the Diaz brothers for like another year and a half, you know, and I stayed at their house over there. Then I went with Robert like for another year, you know, and man, and then I came to Abel Sanchez for like another 2 years. And these guys treated me so good, man. And I just kept quiet. I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to get into drama and talk. I respect every trainer. It doesn't matter if they started yesterday. You know, if they're giving something to a kid or training something, my respect. So I have a good relationship with Robert Garcia. Whenever I go, man, he treats me, man, like, oh my God, you know, you can feel that love and that he's happy when I'm there. So I have a lot of respect for Robert. And then, man, to us, you know, he's like family to me, you know. He wants to help me and, you know, and we work together and it's so exciting just being with him, man. He's a great trainer. To me, all these guys are the best trainers in the world, you know. And I have nothing but respect and I'm so thankful that they could open the doors for me.
Si te invita Eddie Reynoso, ¿vas allá también a que te enseñe?
Claro, mira, una cosa,
No, okay.
Mira, mis respetos para Eddie Reynoso también.
Okay.
He's done so much, man, for boxing. You know, he's where he's at right now and he deserves to be there. Hopefully one day I could even be half where he's at, you know. Como dicen los mexicanos, le tengo envidia. I'm jealous, but the good jealous, you know. Jealous that I could be there, but not the bad jealous, you know. Le tengo celos, pero de buenos celos, ¿sí me entiendes?
Right.
Que yo lo admiro y quien no quisiera estar donde está él, where he's at. He's at the top. He's the best trainer. I can't take that away from him. To me, he's the best trainer in this moment. You know? So I mean, I would if he would call me and say, "Hey, Jose, you want to come? Fuck, let's go, bro. Hey, thank you."
He probably would, dude. He probably would. Somebody said, "Do you train for Fondura?"
No. You know, I know his father real well. He's moving with David a little bit. He's sparring. You know, you never know in this business. You know, this guy could get injured, or then they switch the fighters or whatever. I always stop. You know, everybody's welcome to spar, left-handers, right-handers, or whatever. So he's been helping us. You know, spar a little bit. He came to Big Bear, and you know we put him in there. You know he's a 160, 154.
Right, 154.
He's super tall. I like his style, but you know at the same time we could do different things and we work together or whatever. But you know, no, I don't train him. We work with him. I know his father real good. I put a good word in for Samson to sign him, and he got signed, and I really like the kid.
Any more questions from you guys?
No, I'm good. Benavidez is awesome. I'm good.
Yeah, I think somebody was asking about Jose when he's gonna have his next.
But here he said, answered.
Yeah, somebody.
Soon. As soon as March, I would say March 15, we got good news coming up for Jose Benavidez Jr.
I could have Jose here every week, man. Jose just gives a lot of knowledge. Okay, but I'm gonna give you two more questions, and then we're gonna go to the next part.
Man, I'm learning, but I'll be honest with you guys, and I try to speak from my heart. And you know, I don't know anything. I'm barely learning. I got a lot to learn, and I'm open. I'm open to any ideas or any advice and anything, man. You know, to be honest with you, I don't know nothing.
Okay. I wanted to ask you this question. What has been the most difficult part of boxing for you?
I mean, the most difficult part is seeing your sons get hit. And, you know, and we work so hard for me not to see that. But I'll tell you one thing. When Junior got dropped with
Crawford,
my God, I knew it was going to happen. And I was getting myself ready for that. But dude, you can never get ready for something like that. When he got up, I felt bad, you know? And when they stopped the fight, that's the most hard thing that I can see. When David, you know, I'm not going to complain. When David got dropped, if you look at the legs, he was off balance and taking a step forward. But you know what? I'm not gonna even argue about that. I'm not even gonna say nothing for that. I also, when he got up and started smiling, oh shit, I'm like, oh, all right. Cool.
So
you got nervous with Jose.
I was super nervous, you know. It's just a feeling that I felt that, boom, I got really cold, man. Super like, whoa, you know. But I couldn't let that panic, you know, go through and feel that, because then I couldn't control myself. But I took it, and I was preparing myself for that, and thank God everything is okay. And he didn't, I mean, stay there for like fucking passed out, you know. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I felt really bad, man.
hey Ruckus, let me answer a question real quick. I'm gonna answer a fan named Malachi Ross. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this. If you haven't watched from the beginning, he talked about David's mistakes. He talked about what David did on the scales.
Yeah.
Starting when the pandemic first happened, he talked about his other mistake that he made, right? And Mr. Benavidez also explained that he knows that they have to take a certain route to get to those big fights, and he understands that. He's not on here bitching or complaining that he's not getting them. He's saying this is the route we have to take because of what happened.
Right.
So I think he understands that, and I think we all know that. I mean, that's just a fact. If David would have messed up, would the career be different right now? Would he be fighting other people? Possibly, maybe not. Who knows
Maybe
what the
not, maybe
politics?
not.
Who knows what the politics? But he already had explained. We understand that, and like we said earlier, when people make mistakes, that doesn't make them bad people. They have to
Right.
learn from it. You know, I mean, because I think we all got a few skeletons in our closet, man.
Exactly, man.
I think we all do. I think we all do. But some people, they think they're the best, and they think that they're perfect. And I respect that. But we're going to continue working hard and catching those hearts of everybody and the people that we can. And we're not going to make everybody happy, but we just have to have we got to stay focused, train hard, and give you guys the good fights.
Okay, the last question. Where can, because fans were asking, where can they get the gear? Yo también te la he pedido. A cada rato le pido una chamarra, dude. But fans want to know, where can they get the gear, Dave, Jose?
They could go to Team Benavidez, teambenavidez.com, and that will take them to the shirts, the hats, and all that. But you guys send me the address. I'm gonna send you some hats. Right now with the pandemic, it's a little bit hard. You know, I'm trying to struggle. I made an order, but the prices went up. But it's okay.
I'm gonna tell you this. You guys, and I'm gonna say it right here on the Boxing Rundown. You guys have the best logo right now. Team Benavidez has the best logo out there. That's why I always bug them. Like, hey man,
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. You know, we at the end of the day, you know, when I tell people, you know, you could have the fucked up logo as fucked up as it can be, but once you fight good and people like you, the logo comes up.
Right.
So,
Hey, you guys have always had the best logo, man. So don't worry about that.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's get to the next portion of the show, guys. And I think we're gonna have Jose give the first prediction. Saturday, PBC on Fox. And I'm only gonna talk about the main event for that one, and that's Anthony Dorell versus Caron Davis. Who wins that one, Jose?
You know, Caron Davis, I don't know who he is. You know, I try to see some video of him, and you know, he has a pretty okay record. I think Dorell's gonna take this fight. Dorell's a good fighter, man. You know, he only had one loss, I think, when we fought him. Now he has 2 losses. He's a good fighter, man. He's a 2-time world champion also. I think he's going to take this fight, and hopefully we do good so we can face him also again.
Do you see him going decision, or you see him going a knockout or TKO?
I think he's going to stop him maybe like in the 7th round. I think I see him winning with a knockout.
Stacks, your prediction.
I think Dorell will win, probably decision. I don't think it's going to be a very, very competitive fight, and I don't think Dorell's going to stop him. I just think that he's going to outpoint him. It's going to be a one-sided affair. He'll win by points.
Fern.
I think I'm in a mix with both of them, actually. I think Dorell does take a safe route and everything. Fights a clean fight, pops him here and there and everything like that. But I do think he stops him because he understands what the situation is, that if he does show out and win via that way, he'll more than likely fight Benavidez. And obviously, because they've already fought, PBC can market it better with that way, with, oh, look, Dorell knocked somebody out. He's coming for Benavidez. So I do feel he'll knock him out, but he'll probably do it in the championship rounds. and more than likely the ref will stop the fight.
Oh, my prediction is this, and I also go with you guys. Dorell wins, but I think Dorell's gonna go for a unanimous decision because he's gonna try to avoid David Benavidez. You know what I mean? I think, like I said, I don't want to see the dog fight Benavidez. Benavidez will take care of him again in like less rounds now. You know what I mean? So I think what he's gonna do is
That's what I
he's
think,
gonna
but-
go to a decision and then kind of make it look ugly, so people could be like, you know what, they don't want to see him fight David. You know what I mean? And then we'll get David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. That's what I want to see. I want to see David Benavidez, Caleb Plant. Plant, if your people are watching this, we want to see that fight, bro. Come on, man.
If that happens, I'm gonna take you out to eat, bro, because you have no idea how bad we wanna fuck this guy up.
There you go.
I know how bad Benavidez, the Benavidez
Yeah.
team wants that fight with Plant. I know how bad they want it.
I know the stories about the gym in Vegas, man.
Hey, I mean, we're good
Okay.
people, man, but como dice la gente, no confunda la buena gente con pendejo. So,
Okay. So, okay, let's do this. Can I promise to get you on the show after the Benavidez fight and we talk about that the gym experience?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
we'll definitely do that.
All right, let's do that. Because I wanted to get to that, but we've taken some time on the other issues. So
Yeah.
I want to talk about that gym experience, but we'll talk about it later. Okay, let me talk to you guys about Saturday night from Miami, Florida, the zone. Let's just go 3 fights, which is Diego Pacheco versus Rodolfo Gomez. Jose, you know Diego Pacheco. He helped you guys out in some of the camps. So give us that prediction.
Mira, yo creo que Diego Pacheco, he's gonna win. Man, this kid, I can see that he could be a champion, man. He has all the tools and he has a lot of heart. The only thing that, can he stay focused? And he is, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But if he stays the same way, bro, pretty soon, he'll be fighting for a world champion. I will definitely go with Pacheco. That's a lot of talent, heavy-handed too, man.
So you're saying KO? KO.
Yeah, maybe like in the 5-6 round, 5 or 6.
Fern, you're next.
Oh, you know how I feel about Pacheco. I feel this is his year. He's gonna be one of those prospects that show out this year, and I do feel that he'll more than likely stop his opponent. And I'm with Benavidez there, more than likely in the 6th, 7th round.
Dax.
Yeah, I got Pacheco.
KO?
Knockout. Yeah,
Knockout?
I think he's gonna flat knock this guy out, man. Not TKO. I think he's gonna
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's gonna turn his lights out. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with all you guys, but I'm gonna go 4th round on this one. I think Pacheco wants to make a statement. 4th round KO or TKO, one of the two. Okay. How about Julio Cesar Martinez versus Mcwilliams Arroyo? That's the co-main event.
I like Mcwilliams Arroyo, but the guy has taken a lot of damage with certain fights that he's been in and everything like that. So I'm going to go with Martinez. Mcwilliams Arroyo has been a very good opponent for a lot of high caliber guys in that weight class, but I just feel he's taken too much damage at this point in time, and he's just an opponent to put Martinez over the top. So I'm going to go with Martinez, and I think Martinez actually stops him in the later rounds.
TKO. Okay. Stacks.
Yeah, I think Martinez stops him. Real quick, a little something on Arroyo Mcwilliams. The last time I seen him fight, when he was actually here in California, I had seen him fight in Texas, but I seen him here fight at California in the Forum. So if Costecho is who I think he is, please make sure his Adidas shoes stay together and not fall apart like they did on him at the Forum. Thank you.
You're horrible. All right, Jose Benavidez, give me that Julio Cesar Martinez versus Mcwilliams Arroyo. Come on, man.
Yo creo que Martinez, unos 5 rounds.
5 rounds?
Yo creo que 5 rounds.
I'm going to be in the middle. I'm going to say Martinez wins, and I think it's going to be between the 5th and the 10th round. That's where I'm going with. And I think the same reason, because I think they want to get that fight. The zone wants to get that fight with the guy that he was supposed to fight before. What was his name?
Wow.
Remember, it got canceled because of COVID? Because Martinez got COVID. So he was supposed to have So he was supposed to fight a guy. So we'll make sure that they make that fight. So let's get to the main event. Saul Alvarez versus Avni Yildirim. Who wins that one? Let's get with Jose Benavidez gives us that prediction.
Oh man, this is a good. You know what? If it can end in a knockout, I'm hoping that Yildirim does a little bit better and he trains really hard. But I think, man, 2 trains are gonna come. That's a perfect fight for Canelo. I think man, I even want to say second round, but I'm gonna go with the third round, bro.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
you know, the thing is, bombs are gonna come, bro. You know, this
Okay.
guy's gonna wanna show more. Children, that's what I think.
He's gonna
bro.
open. He's gonna
that's
open
what
up.
I think. That's what I think. He's gonna have to prove something, and he's gonna want to finish him. So Canelo's gonna first round, second round, he's gonna adjust and block, and boom, he's just gonna catch him with something big, and then he's gonna hurt him, and he's gonna put him out. So I think 2 rounds, Canelo's gonna take those big shots and you know, kind of use his defense, and Canelo's not gonna come and throw. He has a lot of experience. This guy is gonna fucking come like a crazy guy. Hopefully he doesn't get tired, and hopefully he boxes a little bit more and respects Canelo a little bit, and kind of box him a little bit, and you know, don't just come and try to put him out right away. That will make a little bit longer, but I'm thinking, you know, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a good fight. I can't wait. But like 2 trains are gonna come, man. One of them is gonna go down. It's gonna go down.
Third round.
3 rounds.
Burn.
I think this fight's going to go a little bit longer, and I somewhat do agree with the senior where he says 2 trains are going to come. But I'm a big person on who's in your corner, and he
Eddie
has
Reynoso.
no. Cállate, idiota. Talking about Yodemir. He has what's his? Oh God, why can I not remember the trainer's name right now? Joel Diaz. He has Joel Diaz in his corner, and I know Joel Diaz is a very, very, very smart tactician trainer. He trains people to go through tactics. He's not going to allow him to actually get in there and just throw bombs like a James Kirkland did against Canelo or anything like that to where he gets tired. And I think Diaz is going to allow Yodemir to actually box a little more. I do feel the fight is going to stop, and it'll more than likely stop in the 5th and 6th round, but that's as much as I'm giving him. Go ahead, Senior.
Go ahead, Senior.
Listen, what I think, right? En Joel Díaz, si estás mirando esto, mis respetos. No, eres uno de los mejores entrenadores y mis respetos. Pero guys, I look at it a different way. How long did Joel Díaz train this guy? Did you guys know that he was with Abel Sanchez before? Did you know when you're inside a fight, you know, and if you don't have that much time training with your fighter, that's what I believe. That's what you know, my experience.
That's your experience.
My experience, you know. Joel Diaz is a great trainer. He's a good trainer, one of the best. But if you didn't have that time to work with your fighter, you know, what makes you think that he's going to listen to you? I would, man, everybody go over there for 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you know? And you see, and it's not going to be Joel Diaz's fault because he is trying to do his best and to motivate him. The only thing that you could do here is just motivate him, give him all that motivation you can. Then you are going to win. Yeah. You are stronger. You are faster. We're gonna knock them out.
Exactly, man. Because every trainer that I've talked to that has taken on fighters from different camps, from different trainers, because fighters change trainers all the time, man. Even like Jesse Vargas, man. I think that guy's changing trainers more than anybody that I know. And I've talked to Jesse, right? And he always tells me, man, because I asked him, I'm like, why do you go to so many damn trainers, Jesse? And he told me straight up, man. They're not going to change my style of fighting. They're just going to sharpen me, man. Iron sharpens iron. I'm just trying to learn and take and absorb as much little bit of things from each trainer that I have and try to perfect it into my own style. Somebody like Yildirim already has a certain way he's going to fight. They're not going to change him.
Nobody's going to change him.
It's not going to change him.
Let me tell you something. Let me give you a little example, right? If I was to fight Canelo, you know what? What is the first thing that I'm going to use?
Jab.
Jab.
Yeah.
I'm going to work behind that jab and not hit the face, hit the chest, get them off balance. 1, double, change those levels of that jab. And maybe you could throw something big behind it. You know? Now, if he does that, but I can tell him, if I was training children, I would tell him what to do. But, you know.
But he has to do it.
If he doesn't have a good jab and if he doesn't believe on his jab, you think he's going to he'll throw that first jab and then he gets hit? No more jabs. That confidence is going to go away. So see, I love the jab, but that doesn't mean that he's going to listen to me and try to throw that jab.
Right.
You know, try to move his head a little bit more and try to go inside. He has a tendency of having that high guard. You know what? He's going to get hit behind those elbows. And then when Canelo does something really good, he hits you in the body, and then he makes you think that he's going to hit on the body, and he fucking switches up.
Right.
So see, those are the little things that I kind of see, in there. He's just, I mean, if it was me, dude, be careful the first round. Fill him up, use your distance, use your jab, don't get in ward right away. And that would take you a little bit more longer. But Canelo's fucking smart. He's gonna, see what he's doing, and he's gonna capitalize on that, make some adjustments, and eventually, But that's my thinking. That's what I think, But if
It's a prediction. No
I will bet.
Go. You're next. Stacks.
Yeah, I got Canelo, man. I got Canelo, but man, what we're talking about right now, somebody just said, yeah, that's what we all said about Valdez not being able to change when he got pure perfection, dancing the way he did. Look, man.
But that was like what, his fourth fight with Reynoso?
Right?
Yeah.
It was his fifth fight with Reynoso. So it's
How long have you been training with
the
him?
thing is,
Right.
he still came forward. He just used different angles. He still attacked.
Right.
He knocked Berchelt out. He fought his game. Berchelt was, to me, a little bit sluggish. He wasn't able to pull the trigger. And Oscar attacked, but still boxed at the same time. He came in, and speed beats power every time. Timing beats speed. And he had both. He had speed and timing. And Berchelt was vulnerable to that left hook all day long. And everybody knows that's what Valdez throws. We all know that. We all know that Valdez's equalizer is that left hook. And Berchelt couldn't stop it. So there really wasn't much of a change there. I mean, he looked like a sharpened up Valdez.
Yeah,
He
that's
didn't stay back. He didn't stay back and try to counter. He didn't fight defensively. He came forward. He just moved a little bit more, and he used this weapon. He was just faster. He had more speed, and he stuck
and
to it.
younger. He's younger, bro.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, give me your prediction, bro. Don't worry about Vargas tribe.
No,
Bro.
Canelo early, but I do.
Okay, but
I do think it's going to be like a Kirkland fight, man.
okay, Benavidez says
Young's
three.
going to try to hurt him. I
Okay,
think
Benavidez says third round. No more than three.
3.
3-2. Okay.
That's what I say.
You said
3.
6, right, Fern?
I said 5 to 6. Yeah.
5 to 6. Man, I mean, I'm on the 100 cuarto. So I'm gonna go 4-round KO. That's it. You guys left it to me. I gotta go in the middle, dude. So 4-round. All right, KO. All right, guys. With that said, let's just see. Jose Benavidez, give them your information. Give them any shout outs to your sponsors. Anything you want.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to thank all the fans, man, for all the support, all those positive comments and not good comments. I appreciate them all, because if there wasn't any bad comments, I wouldn't work as hard as what I'm doing. That's what makes me get up in the morning. But at the same time, the good comments, I don't want to let you guys down. We're here to work and to show you guys that we're not running away from nobody. We're here to fight anybody as long as the commission approves them. I can't Casares or whatever. Dude, that's easy money.
Don't even bring them up, bro.
Easy money. We'll slap them for free. Come and spar or something.
Wow.
He said that he doesn't want to fight for money. Let's do some sparring. At least show your people. We'll record that so people can see where he's at.
Man,
He don't want to do that, man. Once David hits him, he's gonna end up wanting to sell macepanes, man. Fuck that.
But we're here to help. We're here. We don't underestimate nobody. We're here to help. Try to give him some advice and help him on his career. But if the commission approves him, let's make it happen. But I want to thank all the fans, and I want to thank everybody. But I would want to be known by not running from anybody. We should we know where we at. We know we have to work harder, and more people show up, and the division will get more dangerous. And and one day it's going to be our time to give it up. Not now.
Okay, where can they follow you, Jose?
They can follow us at Instagram, Facebook, Jose Benavidez Sr., David Benavidez. He's Benavidez 300, and that's it.
Okay, and then also, if you guys want to buy the gear, don't forget, go to teambenavidez.com, right?
Thank you. Yes, Team Benavidez, teambenavidez.com.
Make sure you guys go there, support the team, buy all the gear. That's the best gear out there right now, guys. I'm telling you guys, I'm always wanting that gear, so you guys got to get on that gear. And with that said, guys, that was the boxing rundown for this week. I have a promise from Jose. After their fight, we'll bring them back to find out that gem drama. All right, guys. Thank you very much. See y'all next week.
Thank you, Jose. I'll be calling you up. I'll be calling you up for another interview later this week. All right, Jose?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great night, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.